come on, keep it in line. Side to side, no room, no time. Hear that crowd talk, hear that hate. One small slip and you make it wreck. Chop shop weekly, we come back mean. Side to side, we live that speed. Chop shop weekly, bad blood loud. One more lap and the roof comes down. Chop shop weekly, we don't blink, don't freeze. Chop weekly, run with the bees.
Welcome in, everybody, to another Chop Shop Weekly. It is another fantastic Monday evening, and we are back at it. We did a show on Saturday for the O'Reilly. I'm Brad Dove. This is my co-host, Jason Day. How you doing, Jason?
Hey, Brad. Yeah, the show on Saturday was really good. We did a preview show for the O'Reilly's Championship coming up on this Saturday coming up. The show hasn't been released yet that I've seen, but it will be out before the race on Saturday. And if you're wanting to check that out and get interviews with all three of the drivers, and Brad and I had good conversations with them all and had some laughs, and it should be an exciting one to watch.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable being able to sit down with all three of them before the final race, get their inputs. We will also be getting all three of them on after the race at some point in between our little break of the O'Reilly series. You know, Homestead's coming up for them boys. It's going to get exciting for them. I think it's going to be really good, and the whole race in general. Yeah. Let's go into the truck series review at Kansas.
Joseph Kozzy pulls off the win. Pretty dominating truck most of the race. It was actually pretty clean race for the most part that I saw. I didn't make it for that race. I think your night ended early as well. Same with, I think Clint Hackett's night ended early, but he kept driving around for the full race. I think he would have stayed in for the laps, but he was pretty much destroyed, I think, on lap 1 or 2, I think what happened to him. Congrats to Joseph. He looked strong the whole race from what I had saw. There was a few other contenders. Tyler Dalton was there, Logan Kogar, Colby Hartung, all guys that ran up front most of that race.
Yeah, that race was pretty exciting for the most part from what I watched and remember. Had a little incident on the back straightaway. I got the dove bomb out of it. I ended up coming up and crossed Fowler's nose, put myself in the wall, and I just exited the race. My truck was destroyed. It happens. It's racing. You're 3 wide and you think you're clear outside, and I kind of had probably a quarter fender on him, and he ended up turning me into a wall and destroying me. Kozzy did a heck of a job. It was exciting. I believe Colby Hartung fell back to third in points off that too.
He did, yes.
Tyler Dalton.
The points haven't been updated since that race, but I'm pretty sure he did fall. Colby would have fell down.
Let's see. The race had several key pit road and penalties moments that shook up the order. Eric Schaefer, number 4, was hit with excessive speeding on lap 42. Brandon Banks had a speeding penalty later on lap 87. Joey Gattina near repairs on lap 75. Jason Fowler also picked up a speeding penalty late in the run. It was a pretty good race. Just a lot of speeding penalties, a lot of mistakes in the playoffs. So
yeah, and some impressive runs. Josh Parker, who's new, had a really good run, top 5 run as well, strong the whole race. I think Kozzy actually got by him pretty late in the race. Josh tried to put a little block on him. They got into each other a little, and Kozzy went by and kind of drove away with it. And I think long run wise, they end up with a pretty short run at the end there, fairly short run, and Kozzy seemed to be the best at the short run and medium runs, but Tyler was the guy that had the really long run pace, and there was a caution that was an admin caution that happened in the race. There was a car who went down off the track and then slid back up on the track, and iRacing didn't throw the caution, but the race admin felt like it was warranted to throw a caution as the truck head came back up the track in front of the other cars on the track, and that caution kind of messed up Tyler's strategy. You know, it's just those are the things that happen sometimes in races, and it's unfortunate that it didn't work out for Tyler that way, but he'll come back strong. He still end up with a really good finish, and he'll be strong in these playoffs as well.
Yeah, Tyler Dalton had a great run. Colby Hartung, Logan Kogar, Joseph Parker were all fast. Most of your fast guys. I know Nate had some struggles getting through.
He ended up
the field.
finishing 8th, I think, in the race. So it was not, 8th is good for any of us like you said, I think you and I would be happy with an 8th place, but for Nate, that's a little bit of a fall off.
Yeah, Nate was struggling to get through the field. I think the cooler temperatures were not his friend, and I don't think tire wear was as big an issue as he thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was the truck series. I believe we got some clips from that.
I'm adding them each day, and we're going to be ready to go. All right, let's dig to it. Let's go, Green Flag Racing. Speedy Trophies on board. 134 laps for the drivers. Let's go, boys and girls.
I think Stryker had a good finish in this race as well. I think he was up there.
I believe he ended up finishing fourth, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that was right on the start. That was what happened to Clint Hackett. I got a question. Who is the Budgie Bird? Does anybody know that?
Budgie Bird. Maybe Bollinger knows who the Budgie Bird is.
We'll ask him later. Jason always mentions Budgie, and he says thank you to Budgie, and Budgie gets clips and stuff. So I don't know who Budgie is. I don't know if it's a robot or if it's a cat or if it's Bollinger, another name for Bollinger. Who knows?
Like Clint Hackett was on the outside. There was a big checkup right there on the front straightaway.
This was a racing deal. I don't blame anybody on this one. Clint had nowhere to go. He had to go high, and I just don't think the
big run right
truck below him.
Clint went to the outside.
Just,
3 was checking up.
Had nowhere to go.
Could have been more damage.
The 3, I don't think he even knew he was there.
That's just a racing incident, in my opinion.
Yeah, everybody just checked up. Clint tried to get around it.
Kozzy third. They'll catch up with the pace car.
I think one of the things that led to something like that is people are going and stopping up at the front, trying to slow the restart down, and it's just screwing everybody up behind them. And you can't play them stop, go.
I agree, and I don't even think it's the guys. It's not even the guys in front that are doing that. It's the guys in second and third that are trying to time that run that realize they kind of jump up a little bit and then they hit the brakes, and that's what causes the accordion effect. I feel like it's the guys a couple spots back that are trying to get that big jump on the leaders, even though we can't pass until after the start finish line. So I don't see why the big deal is to get that big jump anyway.
Especially that early in the race. I think it's
not lap one.
Just you're going to go ride for a couple laps. Get strung out and then start making your passes. I know it's hard to make progress once you get strung out, but if you got a good enough truck, you're going to pass the guys. If not, you're going to fall back either way.
Yeah, and you can't win on lap one.
Cross that start finish line. Green checkered. Wave that is Tyler Dalton, your stage winner. Colby
good for Tyler to get some stage points there. He looked really good first stage.
Your top 5.
Colby was really good. Tyler was good. Stryker had a good run there in the stage.
The manufacturer-wise, Tyler has been the best running Dodge all season. I think he's one of the only Dodges this year, and he's been running really, really well.
He's definitely running better than the real life Dodge.
Yes, he is.
We might have to throw him in a real life Dodge.
Might have to.
Hey, that free agency truck, he needs to go run.
We'll see it. White flag waves. Final lap. Joseph Kozzy.
Good run for Tyler. Finished second
hard
here.
Race.
Yeah, Stryker ends up fourth. Brandon Banks in fifth.
Going to change the game up a little bit. Final time down to the back straightaway.
Oh, no, it's a good battle for fifth back there.
Joseph Kozzy comes around 3 and 4. Tyler Dalton, no shot at catching him. Kozzy gets the
Parker
win. Tyler Dalton second.
Yeah, I think Parker ends up getting.
I think so.
Fifth place. It was a good battle between him and Brandon Banks. Good on Tyler, even though his strategy didn't get the win. The strategy didn't go his way with that caution, but to come back with the second place, that's a strong points run for him, ending off this, getting close to the end of the playoffs. He's a guy to watch out for, especially with Nate losing a few positions this week than what he normally has. But Nate's got a good lead. I don't think he's going to be able to lose it if he stays in the top 5, top 10 right now.
It takes one bad race at Iowa to getting both Tyler and Colby back in the fight. He might have a commanding lead, but I still think that it's possible for them to catch back up and give them a run for their money.
Definitely. There's definitely a possibility there for sure.
Although
it doesn't normally never has 2 bad races in a row. So if 8th is bad, he's probably not gonna. He won't finish worse than 8th this week, I don't think, unless he gets caught in a wreck. In my opinion,
we got Iowa coming up for them this week. Actually, tomorrow, Iowa's going to be, I believe, hot and slick.
Fun
it's going to be fun track, 2 lanes. Don't want to burn up that right front.
No, or the right rear. You don't want to do either. But yeah, you can tend to overdrive the entry on that car in that track, and on exit you'll tend to burn the right front as well. If you get on the throttle too early, it'll push and it'll shove up the track, and you'll burn that right front off it. Another good track for Colby, good track for Nate. Brandon Banks, Tyler will be good. Shout out to Tyler because I know he watches the show because I got an email from him last week, so a little joking around. But I'm not going to say Tyler's going to get the pole because he practices more than anybody else. Because he sent me an email to say that he doesn't practice qualifying. He only does it he only has a couple laps during actual practice and just sees how fast he can go. So he doesn't spend any more time practicing than the rest of us. He's just really good at hop lapping. So he wanted to let us know that he does watch the show. And I make a joke every week on the show that Tyler practices qualifying laps more than anybody. So I was wrong. So Tyler, thanks for watching the show, and we appreciate you, and good luck this week at Iowa because you're going to be strong, and you probably will be on the pole. If Jorgensen doesn't get it, you'll probably get the pole.
So Tyler's going to lay down a heater in practice and then get the pole.
Probably. He probably will, unless Jorgensen's there. Jorgensen is a good short track driver, good at every track, but he can lay down one fast lap. That guy can lay. I mean, he's fast. He's fast at every track, but they're teammates. Jorgensen and Dalton are teammates, so they race really well together, and they work with each other. So expect both of them to be really fast. Like I said, Colby really be really good there. If Eric Schaefer's there, that's another great track for him. He's good at the flat tracks, and Brandon Banks as well. I expect. I think Brandon Banks could have a comeback win here this week at Iowa.
I think Brandon Banks is going to be really strong. You know, he runs good at these kind of tracks, and Eric Schaefer too. Definitely going to be up there and giving them a run for their money. He's had bad luck this year. I think he could crack a win off here and do really good for himself.
And I don't think Brandon has a Truck Series win yet this season. Looking at the thing, I don't think he does, and he does. No, he's I think he was last year's Truck Series champion.
Yeah, he was last year's Truck Series.
And he's won a lot of.
No, Colby was last
year's. Brandon was the year before, or the season before. And Brandon's had a ton of Truck Series wins. He's very good at the truck, so I think this could be the track that he gets at least his one win this season.
The funny thing is Nate's never won a truck championship either.
No, he's not. And this is one to win, but he's got 8 wins. He should be winning. He should be winning this championship. But
if he does not win this championship, we need to blow this thing up and redo it again.
Well, I don't know, because this is a type for Nate this year. Like the last couple times was the playoff style. You know, win if you're in. You know, goes down to that one last race. And Cole, I think, was it Colby that got it last year? Last year Colby got it, and Colby's had a couple. Colby works well in those type of championships. Like you said, we've talked about before. He makes the schedule, so Nate mentioned it. He makes these schedules so the playoffs work in his favor. Right now, everything's working in Nate's favor. You know, per se, it's he's got a 70-some point lead. I think he's lost a little bit of that. The points haven't been updated, so he's probably 60-some points or whatever he is right now. And yeah, he's still got a good shot. How many races are left now this season?
We got Iowa, Homestead, Phoenix, Las Vegas. Let me see if there's anything after Vegas.
I think it finishes at Vegas.
Yep, that's it.
So 3 races after this one.
Yep.
Yeah,
3 races.
So it's going to be a good heated battle, kind of like the O'Reillys. It's coming down to top 3 battle for the championship, and that's the way it should be. But we've said it before that Nate keeps consistent like he normally does. He should have this championship wrapped up.
Yeah, so I was doing a little background checking on most winningest drivers in the O'Reilly series. So talking about O'Reilly, we're going into Homestead and everything. You got Nate Biggert. I can't think of the other guy's name right off the top of my head. There's another guy that was here that was really fast. And then Tyler Lemon's actually creeping up on them pretty quick. It's kind of good for the sport.
Nate has a huge lead of how many wins he has, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But was it Payne that had all the other wins?
Alex Payne.
Yeah.
Alex Payne used to be really dominating these cars. Going into Homestead for them boys, it's going to be real exciting for the championship. We talked to them, but the rest of the field, who's your outside pick to try to upset the whole championship? Maybe.
Did they? Oh, they didn't race last. Did they race last Saturday? No, you didn't.
No.
You didn't race last. So we don't talk about it. Who's my pick to win this week at Homestead?
Yeah, are you going to go with Tyler Lemon and win the race or just win the championship?
I think Tyler, I've said this before, I think Tyler finishes with an exclamation point and gets that win. He wants the 8 wins. I know he does. He doesn't want to have 7. I think he wants to have the number of 8 wins right there. I think all 3 of the drivers feel like they need to win the race to win the championship. And I think Tyler, if everything stays clean, I think he does win it. I'm not playing favorites to Tyler over RB or Pat or even Fred Chase. I just think Tyler's locked in and he's ready to go, and this is one of his better tracks, and I think he pulls off the win.
So I have put in a little bit of a bug in our racer, our owners of the league's ear to try to get them another set of tires for this weekend. Hopefully it happens. I don't know. Haven't got it confirmed.
I'd like to see it just to throw some other strategy in there.
It would be really nice. I hope we get it. Another set would be awesome. And, we'll see what happens on Saturday. I hope Case Beer is not as fast as he was at, where was it? Chicagoland, and almost pose it off. Or no, it wasn't Chicagoland. It was Kentucky, right? Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, I hope he does not scare the crap out of everybody like that. I would like to see the top 3 battled out with a good race, and
I think they will. I really do think they will. I think it'll be a good battle, Jim. I think there's most of the drivers in the series will show them some respect. They're not just going to let them go and win the race, but I think if it comes down towards the end of the race and there's cars that are lap down or guys that they're racing with, they're going to give them a little bit more room, I think, just knowing that they're racing for that championship.
That's the O'Reilly series. We wish them luck going into the final race this season.
Yes, congrats to all 3 and good luck to all 3. Right from ChopShop Weekly, Brad and I both. But we don't play favorites. We love our boy Tyler Lemon, but we do congratulate all 3, and we hope the best for all 3 of them.
We sure do. Go give it, all 3 of you. Go give it hell. Go give it hell.
And make sure you check out the show when it comes out. Our preview show with the Championship 3. It was like I said before, it was a fantastic show. It was a lot of fun. I think it was one of the funnest podcasts you and I have done to date, Brad. It was good to the back and forth between all of them and get their opinions on the race and how they were feeling. But I think the consensus last Saturday when we talked to them all is that they just wanted to get that race over with right away. They just wanted to get on the track, let the 3 of them duke it out and go. And I think that'd be we should have had a fun little race just for fun. We should have got on the sim, gave them like mini stocks or something, 3 of them on a little short track, just let them battle it out and see who wins.
That's something we can do next time.
Next time we'll do that.
We'll just a heck of an idea.
Yeah. We'll put them on the go-kart track or something. We'll get them going here. So
listen, I just want to be in all their minds about an hour before practice and know what they're thinking. It's going to amp up right around an hour before. Your nerves are going to kick in even more, and it's going to be on edge. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I think we do. I think what we do is we do like maybe say Martinsville or the LA Coliseum. We'll give them the Coliseum. We'll give them Mazda Miatas, and we'll put the top 5 at the Mazda Miatas at the Coliseum for 25 laps, just for the fun for the show. And we'll let them duke it out. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah,
that'd be exciting to watch. Then we can call the race and everything.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do it. Yeah.
Cup Series goes to Qualcomm, the naval base. Going to be a nice, tricky track. Got to be easy on them brakes, otherwise you're going to lock them up and spin it out. Got to be easy on the throttle, otherwise you're going to throttle up and spin it out. Got to be careful of the bump on the downhill into the left-hander. It's a pretty track, fun to race. I practiced a few laps today, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be hot and slick, and there's not going to be any traction.
Yeah, and we talk about it every time with the road courses. Nate Biggert and Michael Caffrey will be the guys there, and maybe David Steiner as well. Those guys are road course aces when it comes to the Cup Series. So those 3 will be strong. Brandon Banks has been getting better. I don't know how much he's practiced this track. Tyler Dalton will be good because he's good at every track. I think you, Brad, will be a top 10 contender. You've practiced this track a lot, especially when the Truck Series, especially when it first came out. You've done a lot of races with it. However, it works with the Cup car for you. I haven't done any practice, so I need to do some of that this week for sure. But yeah, it'll be a great race. It's a fun racetrack. I think the key to it, the whole thing is, like you had said when you first previewed it, there was just being careful. You can't overdrive this track. You can't overdrive this track, or it will eat you up, and you're done. So you have to take it easy. You have to slow as fast, I guess, is what they say sometimes. And I think being easy in and easy on the throttle out is the key to success here.
You got to try to make up all the time you can in them high speed sections that you got, but you got to also try not to lose it in the hard braking corners. You got them little chicanes with the tires. You got to be careful there. You don't want to go past them because you got them slowdowns, and they're not as bad as they need to be, but they will get there.
Mhm.
I think you see Nate Bigger go out and win like you picked last week, and I think
You took Caffrey.
Caffrey's going to end up second.
I agree. I think unless there's something that happens, major that happens, I think that's the way it ends up. I'd like to see, we talked about it before, I'd like to see there somehow be a way to throw a little bit of strategy into these races. Unfortunately, it's just basically run to the stage and then just run away to the end. And I wouldn't mind seeing cautions happen at these tracks, not having the caution trouble. I just think it would happen too much because of the way iRacing is, and you'd do too many laps under caution. But I'd like to see something happen that would cause the field to get stacked back up again once in a while.
Randomized caution.
Randomized or something like that. I just want to see it. I want some strategy to go in there or make it so I don't know what would make it better. I really don't. There has to be some way to just not have the one guy take off and just run away with it. Especially my example last week when we talked on the show was, let's say Nate, Caffrey, Steiner take off at the restart. They take off, fourth and fifth get into each other in turn one. It stacks the whole field up behind them. Like the whole field. Everybody's got to stop. There's no caution. So everybody loses time. Those front three now are 20 seconds ahead of everybody. There's no way to get that back. There is it's impossible. And I mean, yes, there's a first stage caution, but if that happens right after the first stage, that's the way. And it's unfortunate for the guys that are at the back that get stuck in the traffic jams.
I'm hoping what happened at the Naval Basin Real Cup race happens at the front of the field after the stage break.
We just need Austin Hill. We just need Austin Hill here to take out Nate Bigger and Michael Caffrey.
We got Austin Hill. His name's Striker.
Oh no, he's not Austin Hill. Not Austin Hill. We got Logan. Logan could be Austin Hill in that situation. Hill.
Go get him.
No offense, Logan. You've been running great lately, and I am looking forward to racing with you, but. You've done the Austin Hill at the road course. I think the last time we were at Watkins Glen, I think you ran right through a bunch of people when a caution came out, or not caution, but a big wreck happened.
We're cheering for that.
Yeah,
Austin Hill move.
Yeah, we need Logan to go in there and take out Caffrey and Biggert all in one shot. No offense, Nate. We love you.
Right with him. That way we even up the field.
We
love you all, but
we love our brother from down under. We really do. But we
both our brothers.
Yeah.
Legacy 87s were at Pocono Legacy. Good race. A lot of cautions.
Too many cautions.
Kale Spicer taking everybody down on the start finish line. Mr. Greg 83 is on the outside with Rayburn down on the bottom and Hamley on the outside as well.
Kale with another dominating performance. It wasn't really anybody that had anything for him. John Gregg looked good a few times with him. But Kale just showed how good he is at every track.
John Gregg, I think John Gregg has that win if
We're still just trying to battle through these tech problems, but yes,
maybe.
You are back.
I think I finished third if I didn't die in that race.
I 100% agree with that.
Especially with the strategy, the tire strategy that Kale and Greg and myself were on, it would have played out that we would have finished probably first, second, third if it wasn't for the Ty Marasco wreck. I don't know. I think he had some connection issues, had a little bit of a issue with his PC. I think something froze on him. When it did froze, he ended up driving into the back of Anthony Crownover, which drove him up into the outside wall. He flipped off the wall. I've never seen this happen where a guy goes off the outside wall and flies through the air and lands on the inside. I don't know how that works. And literally landed on top of my race car.
We actually got a clip of that.
Yeah, let's watch it.
She gonna be pretty. Let's see. 6 just got in, and he blinked out a little bit. They came back, shot back up to the track. Oh my goodness, Jason! They just went.
That was just straight up net code at its finest.
There was no net code. It destroyed my look at the pieces flying off my car. It destroyed it.
He disappears.
My car's lifted off the ground. The front wheels are off of the ground right now. It is the craziest wreck I've ever been.
That's insane.
That's death. That's death. Ty is dead. Ty. Somebody get.
Well, it's everybody wants to know the results of. You can take that down for a sec, Bollinger. If you could.
Take that down a sec.
The aftermath of that wreck for me was the 52 car. This was the results at the end. this was how bad the wreck was for myself and the 52s. This is me being put in the transport to the hospital, just so everybody knows I'm okay. But the 52 is completely destroyed right now, and we're trying to rebuild it again for Watkins Glen.
Are you going to be able to have one ready?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to be okay.
Did you have a backup in the garage, or
we have a couple of backups? So it was unfortunately, it was supposed to be our short track car, but we're gonna work on the setup to get it ready for the road course.
Got a short track car going to Watkins Glen. Let's see how that goes.
Our Pocono car was the one we were going to go back and forth to a road course, but I guess it's not going to happen now.
Cale Spicer pulls off a heck of a win.
His fourth win of the season. It's only been 5 races. Cale's won 4 of them. He's been dominant. I don't know if there's anybody in this series that can beat him. I have a win, but it was when Cale didn't show up. So I really don't know. I don't know if anybody could beat Cale Spicer. I think if Nate's here on a good day and things don't work, like the things don't go bad for him, I think Nate speed wise and just his skill has something for Cale, but Cale just knows these cars so well. I mean, he knows how to run them. This is all he races. I'm pretty sure that's all he races. The only thing he does, and he's a legend.
Week, wasn't it the same? Yeah. Or was it Day that was second?
I think that was. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we do the interviews.
Cale just is so dominant. He's a legend at these cars. I've been trying to watch some YouTube videos on these legends or these 87 cars to kind of pick up a few pointers just for myself so I can learn to get better and try to find some guides or whatever. And every video that I watch where somebody's in their car getting ready to do a race and they're doing the previews, they're like, oh, is Cale here? And then they'd say, oh, he's not. Maybe we got a chance. And then they'd be like, oh, never mind. Cale showed up and he's going to win. And like every YouTube, it doesn't matter who I see or the conference, it's always Cale Spicer is going to win. So he's definitely a legend through the iRacing community as well, not just through ChopShop.
Yeah, John Gregg is also very competitive with him, yeah. And they race against each other a lot in these 87s. I think if anybody else goes up there and beats him, it'd be John Gregg.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even put it past Ty or
Ty's
Rayburn. Rayburn's had very good success the last couple of weeks. I think he's got 2 top 3s or top 5s at least. And he's doing really strong things. He loves these 87s. He loved Pocono, but going into Watkins Glen, he thinks he can pull off something good there too.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a few guys like Ty Marasco, great driver all in all, really good in these 87s. John Gregg, like you said, really strong. He actually stayed with Spicer most of that race and led some laps. Yeah, I think there's some guys that definitely can, and Rayburn's been running great every week. There's definitely some guys that could get there. Do I feel like at some point, some races or sometime this season, I'd like to get a win when he's on the track? Yeah, I think I could if the things go my way. I was lucky enough to get that one win without him being there, and I'm still going to take it. I'm going to take that as a yes, I won a race. But yeah, 5 races won by Canadians. Still, the streak's still holding strong there, Brad. Just so you know, Canadians are dominating the 87 series.
We almost had an American. After Watkins Glen, I think it opens up a little bit more, and I think like you got Auto Club, then Martinsville, then Rockingham. I think those next 2 tracks after Watkins Glen can be just about anybody in the field. Everybody's very competitive. Yes, Spicer has the upper hand by having these cars and doing so much with these cars. But I think if the right strategy is called at these tracks, it can be anybody's race.
I agree. And I'm really looking forward to Martinsville. I don't care if I win or not. I love racing that track. I just don't want it to be. I hope everybody practices and they don't just run over each other in every corner, and because they can't figure out how to break these cars or get on the gas. And I hope it's a good race, because Martinsville puts on really good races if you race it properly and let the track come to you. And race it the way it should be. I've always had great races there over the years. I've had some bad ones where guys just can't run them. I just hope this one is a good race, because I don't want it to be. I don't want people or ChopShop to be knocking Martinsville off the schedules, and we've been missing it in a few other series through the last few seasons because of the amount of wrecks that happened there. So I want to see it come back in all the series. Like, it's my favorite track.
So I'll touch more on Watkins Glen or on Martinsville here in a minute. But our hard charger was Anthony Crownover. Did pretty really good. Well led 3 laps. I think he also had some bad luck. I believe he brought out caution on his own self spin I believe. A couple of guys did that. I was one of them.
Church had a couple
Church had a
self-spins.
couple.
Yeah.
I got in a wreck with Jerry end of my night. Not once, but twice. Yeah, it was just horrific. Ty Marasco got the dove bomb. Yeah, death followed the 6 today.
Yeah, death followed both of us.
Contact.
We're both dead. I got to check in with Ty, see if he's been released from the hospital yet after my car went through his.
Which crew member picked you up from the hospital? I got to ask.
I heard. Well, I was still in and out of it with the medication, but I heard it was Brad Dove that came to pick me up from the hospital.
Isn't he such a nice guy?
He's a super nice guy. That's what I heard, but I don't know. I was still up on all the pain meds. I don't remember who it was.
I won't confirm or deny. How is having a race team up in Canada and bringing it south of the border every week? It's got to get kind of expensive.
It's very expensive. We're lucky enough to have a shop down in the U.S. that puts our race cars together. I just got to travel back and forth to go to work here during the week. So
do you fly or drive?
You definitely got to fly. Got to fly. It's too expensive.
Well,
if only this was real, and I could really say this was. I mean, this is all fake, obviously, if you're watching, but. Man, would I love to be able to do that, to be able to say I work all week and then fly down to go NASCAR racing on the weekends.
Listen, I got to get your private charter. I got to drive everywhere here in the States.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 87s. The 87s are going to Watkins Glen, another road course. Going to be
tricky.
Going
to be no bus stop. So it's going to be a little different for the guys that may have not have raced the old legacy. The old legacy Watkins Glen, there's no bus stop. That's straight through into that long sweeping right-hand corner, and I think I think the rest of the track will be pretty good, and everybody kind of knows where the braking points, throttle points are going to be there. I think that's where all the wrecks are going to be, because if you go past where the bus stop is, that straight through, there's a bump there that takes the car off balance. You can't brake because the brakes. Basically, the car is not touching the ground, so when you do brake, it locks up, and then you just start sliding. And there's these 87s are so big, heavy, and the bias ply tire. Once they lock up, you're just going straight. And there's going to be a lot of guys that go down over that kind of that hill of grass and run into the wall, and their day's going to be done. So gonna have to take it careful in that section.
A lot of shifting, just like every other car.
Yeah, pretty much the same as. I mean, it's a 4-speed, so it's basically shifting about the same as you would in the trucks. It'd be basically the same. A gear, the feel, the speed, all that stuff is basically about the same as what it felt like in the trucks.
Okay. Well, let's look ahead at the 87s at the Glen. Who's your pick? Well, my pick.
I don't know. I mean, Kale obviously knows these cars, but I don't know if he's a road course guy. I don't know if he does road courses. I really don't. I'm assuming he's an 87 purist, so he probably does do some road course work. He's just good enough in these cars. But does Nate Biggard show up and show us how to run road courses, but in 87s?
If Nate shows up, I say Nate wins. If Nate doesn't show up, I'm going with.
Does Nate show up? And Nate needs to show up and learn how to shift is what he needs to do, because the last time he was in the 87s, he money shifted twice.
I'm going to go with.
I don't want to pick Kale. I think Kale might win the race, but I don't want to pick Kale. I want to pick somebody different.
I'm going with Ty Marasco.
Oh, good. That was my pick. So yeah, okay. Well, I have to pick somebody different now. Well, he's been consistent and he's been right there with Kale. I'm gonna go with John Gregg just because we're not picking Kale this week because I would love to pick Kale. I'm not nothing against Kale, but he's got 4 wins, so we need somebody else to win a race. So let's John Gregg this week.
New rule for 87s: if a guy goes on a winning streak, we have to pick him. We can't pick him unless that streak gets broke.
And no offense, Kale, because we love you. You're racing great. We're all learning from you. You have 4 wins in 5 races, so it's about time somebody else gets a win.
Unless that streak gets broke, then you can pick him again.
Right.
And it has to be broke for 1 race.
Yeah. We have to do this rule for all the series though, because I need to stop picking. I need to stop picking Tyler Lemon for every O'Reilly's race, but I am picking him this week.
Well, I think we both are. So. It's okay. That's a rule we've broken, and we're going to leave it broken because, I'm spotting for him, so I'm picking him, of course.
Are you going to spot and drive at the same time?
I'm crew chief, my bad, but I got this. We do it every week, and Tyler, go win a championship. So there is a little bit of breaking news. Season 4 coming up for the truck series. The schedule was, O'Reilly's. I say Xfinity every week, and then gets me in trouble. I will go over it with you all here in 1 second. So it was updated earlier today. I went over it with co-owner Stryker. Daytona is your first race. night. Charlotte, race number 2. Dover, race number 3. Then a bye week. Race 4 is Pocono. Race 5 is Iowa. Race 6 is Chicago Street Course. Race 7 is Chicagoland Night. Then we're at, no, that's wrong. Wrong schedule. My bad. I am way out to lunch. So, Daytona Day, Pocono, Darlington, then a bye, Iowa, Chicagoland, Kansas, then a bye, then San Diego, Indianapolis, Autodrome Hernandez Rodriguez Oval, which it kind of races like New Hampshire, Bristol, Nashville, Fairgrounds, Dover, New Atlanta, Watkins Glen, Charlotte, bye week, New Hampshire. Then your championship is officially going to the Chase. You're going to get top 12 drivers are going to go advance the Chase. I think it's going to be exciting. We're moving to the new point system to help better our points guy, make it easier on him so he doesn't have to do multiple different point systems. First race of the playoffs is Phoenix. Then they're going to Michigan. Then a bye week. Then Martinsville, Talladega, Homestead. Then another bye week, Richmond, Texas, Las Vegas, and then Rockingham and Auto Club to end the season. That's new released, and there's a possibility that Dove Farm stays on board as sponsor, or maybe a new sponsor. I haven't decided who's sponsoring it yet.
Also, go ahead, Brad. Sorry,
but that's to be determined.
There's also another new rule for this season as well. The I rating has stayed the same to a maximum of 2,800 I rating for the series. For anybody that needs to be for points contention and to be part of the championship, you have to be 2,800 or less. But there is a for what they call what is called a special
the Kyle Busch rule.
Well, it's not a Kyle Busch rule, but the striker had it listed as something. I can't remember what was in the rules of what the name of it was, but it's anyway. It's you pay your dues like everybody else, but if you're out above the 2,800 or a ChopShop member that is in the Cup Series or whatever, and you'd like to run a few races in the O'Reilly Series, we're allowed to this year. We're allowed a maximum of 8 races for the season, but we are not allowed in the last 3 of the championship. It should be fun. I plan on doing hopefully maybe 4 or 5. I'm hoping to be at all the short tracks, especially the National Fairgrounds, Martinsville, Richmond. Those are tracks that I'm looking forward to running.
Exhibition drivers.
That's what it's called. So we are those drivers like myself. If I was to enter, we're not eligible for points. We do not race. We do not get stage points. We don't get race points. We're not eligible for the championship, but we are eligible for a win and to go out there and have some fun and race with these drivers that we talk to every week and that we enjoy and we're all friends with in other series.
Yeah, they get the race for $10. Full season is only $20. So if your I rating is below 2,800 and you want to come compete, get out there, sign up. We're recruiting currently. Right now, there's about all the drivers from this year are practically signed up. You know, a couple new guys are going to enter the fight. Austin Dale, Knight.
Guess I better register as an exhibition driver, right?
Yeah, you better register.
Do I get my fees paid for because I'm a ChopShop podcaster? Does that work? No, yeah, okay.
But that was the breaking news there. And then there was also breaking news in the real world today.
Yeah, Connor Zilic signed with the Hendrick Motorsports for 2028 when Alex Bowman retires, and that's huge. I said to you before, Brad, like I knew that was going to happen, but at the same time, we all talked about where was Corey Day going to go and Raja Karuth, and we all thought Corey Day was going to end up in that spot in that 48 car in a couple of years, but Connor hasn't shown what we thought he was going to do, but I think that's more to do with Trackhouse than it is Connor. We've seen his talent in the O'Reilly's car, in the Daytona 24s, any road courses, stuff he's ever done, ovals. He's won at ovals. The kid has talent. He's just not in a very good race car right now, and I wish him all the best. And it's exciting news for Hendrick, and it's going to be a really good driver to come into that program in a couple of years.
Now I'm going to ask you a question. Trackhouse currently runs RCR engines. Yep. Does that change come next year to help prepare Connor for what's coming?
I think there's something in the works. I do. I think there's some sort of deal maybe that maybe they're going to start getting their stuff from Hendrick. Who knows? Everything kind of gets in that silly season part here. It'll start happening soon. I don't know what's going to happen there. Really don't. Trackhouse needs to get something done, and who comes in the 88 in a couple of years for Trackhouse?
Or does 88 carry over and go to the back to Hendrick?
I don't think so. I think Connor goes to the 48 and 88 stays with Trackos unless they make a deal to sell that charter off.
I like it.
Yeah. Caden Honeycutt wins the truck race on Saturday at Richmond. Dominating. He basically led the whole race. A good run for Shane Van Gisbergen. He had the pole, he led the first couple laps, and then he kind of just set in second, finished in just outside the top 5, I think, in that race. Or was he? Yeah, just outside the top 5. He had a little trouble later in the race. He had a couple pit stop issues and a little bit later, but Caden Honeycutt looked really good. He's got his second win of the season. I think he's leading points, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's leading points. So Caden's looking really good, getting ready to head into their playoffs. And then we had Richmond in the Cup Series, and I think you picked him.
Yep,
I think you picked Joey Logano. I picked Blaney. I think I did to win, or I picked Hamlin. I picked Hamlin, but I wanted Blaney to win. Both had good runs. I felt bad for Christopher Bell a little bit. Well, he was having a really good run, and I don't know if you watched the race or not, Brad, but Bell had been off strategy and he had taken a pretty big lead, and then Joey Logano had passed him, blew by him, and Bell got on his radio and he's like, "Was that for the lead?" And his crew chief was like, "Yeah, no, that was for the lead." And Bell's like, "Well, I guess our race is over," because he had nothing. There was nothing else they could do. He was just going to run away with it. Joey looked really good. Like I said, the short tracks, the Fords have looked really good. Toyota at the intermediate tracks and anything bigger, Toyota has dominated most of the season. Chevrolet has been mediocre. There've been a few highlights here. They're out to lunch, but they're Aspire Chevrolets have looked good at certain tracks. A few of the Hendrick cars have looked good. Byron's looked good here or there. Chase Elliott's got a couple wins. So there is bright spots at some of those tracks, but at the short tracks, Ford and Toyota have kind of been the two teams, but Ford looks really, really, really good on the short tracks. All the ones we've been to so far, like North Wilkesboro, even Phoenix, shorter tracks, all those ones, I think the Penske cars have looked really good. And I think Ford and Toyota are the two front runners when it comes to manufacturers this year. Chevrolet's got some work to do in all their cars, but yeah, good on Joey Logano for another win, and he's turning it on at the right time of the year, and he's actually got a legitimate chance of even coming through and getting into he's up to 9th in points right now, and he's still got some races to go. And I think if you hit the chase format and you're, I'd say 8th to 9th, there's still a shot that you have a chance if you have a really good run in that playoff.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. How about give a shout out to Cliff Daniels? He knows Kyle's passion for sprint car racing, and during the race he was preparing stuff to make sure if Knoxville got delayed, he would make it there.
Yeah.
And he made it there, won the Knoxville Nationals, which is huge. It's number 4. That's huge for a team. That's where your best friend's your crew chief and takes care of you and inside and outside the car. Always thinking about what's going to help you be better down the road.
That's right. Totally agree. It's cool. I like that he's got somebody on his side, and I like that they support his racing outside of just in the Cup car. I'm glad that more teams are getting involved in that, and that's the way it used to be old school, and it's coming back to that. A lot of teams were for a few years there were you only race for us. That's it. We've got too much invested in you. We don't want you racing anything else. But I think they started realizing that's where the fans come from, was going to those little short tracks and sprint cars and late models and all those other ones. That's where the fans come from, and that's where they want to watch from, and those are the fans they need to draw to the bigger tracks. Because I was watching. I don't know if you have this station or not. It's through Samsung TV. It's like a 24-hour NASCAR channel, just plays old races and stuff like that. I watch it a fair little bit, and they've been playing a lot of old. They always play the older race of whatever race is happening that weekend. And I was watching one from Richmond from back in 80. I forget what year it was, 80 something. It's where Darrell Waltrip and Dale Earnhardt took out Waltrip, and then for the finish, they end up crashing for the finish, and Kyle Petty ended up winning the race. But to see that track in the old day, but the amount of people that were at those tracks back then, even when there wasn't as much, the facilities weren't the same. There was twice as many fans at that track in the 80s as there was at that track this weekend to watch. So NASCAR needs to get some of that back, because you look at this, some of the older tracks as well. a lot of those seats now on the back stretches of some of these tracks that we watch every week, those are gone now. They've cut those stands down to half of the way they used to be.
Well, yeah, I completely agree. You got to go back to your roots and try to give some of them fans back. And one thing that I think's a big negative, okay? So I understand racing on Saturday nights, but when you're competing against one of the biggest dirt races in the country, I think that's a negative because you're taking one of the sport's best drivers away from doing something he loves, but he also has to do his normal job.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you.
so
But
instead of having that Saturday night race next year, move that, let him compete in that race, and it will attract more fans to watch him on Sunday.
I agree. And I completely agree with you on that because of the scheduling issue. I don't want to take away a Saturday night Richmond race, though, because that, to me, Saturday night Richmond races are better than a Sunday day race at Richmond. So I'd like seeing that track under the lights, and it needs to happen on a Saturday night, but it doesn't need to happen the same night as a big event like that.
Yeah, like you're not competing against Eldora on Kings Rows and stuff like that. Like try to work the schedule out. Like you can still have that Saturday night race. Like instead of it being Richmond that same week and have it be New Hampshire,
Right.
he can still make the race after,
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. Just move the scheduling around.
Yep, I agree.
Any other big news out there in the racing world?
Nothing that I know of. I haven't watched a lot this weekend. I kind of just watched. I haven't gone into my other racing stuff.
I didn't really watch any of the ARCA. I don't think ARCA raced this weekend.
I don't think I think they were off this weekend.
And the Cars Tour, I didn't pay attention to that. So
the Cars West, I think, were up in Washington State. I think they were racing close to where Jerry Culver lives this week. They were at Evergreen Speedway, I think.
Okay.
The Cars West Tour. I think Harvick and Keelan were both there this weekend.
I believe you're right. I don't know who won though.
I don't know either, but I know Harvick and Kevin Harvick and Keelan Harvick were both at the track in Washington in the West Tour of the Cars division.
Next race is August 8th for the regular Cars Tour. They're at Hickory for the Throwback Classic.
August 8th has already passed.
Or no, holy crap! Where the heck am I? My bad. September 4th, they're at Florence.
Okay.
And then Tri-County. So that'll be cool to watch. Bollinger, you want to join us if you're still there?
Maybe.
Not sleeping.
Got a hangover for me at the bar.
Put your camera up, Bollinger. Yeah,
Brad, I'll ask you. How did the race for Chase go on the weekend?
So the race for Chase went really good. Great turnout. I think we had 35 cars.
Around a field. It was about a normal field that we have on ChopShop.
Yeah, about 35 cars, and the turnout was very good. We raised quite a bit of money, more than I was expecting. Big shout out to Signature Esports, all the guys at ChopShop that showed up, all the people from AMP that showed up, and Signature's series over there that showed up, and a couple of other guys, Nick Klostrom, JP, Colton, even though he didn't race, he had a lightning strike on his house last week, lost all his electronics and stuff, so
that's not good.
No internet and anything, so he still paid up and did good, There was a couple of guys that donated $50 throughout the race. They mic'd up over the radio saying that if it went green, they'd pay up $50. They ended up paying up either way. They mic'd up throughout the race, said we'll still pay it even if we don't go green. Very fun race. I believe Mike Daniels won. Daniels won it. He's a good friend. Big shout out to him. He got a die-cast car from Mark Gretchen. Joe Hudson's got a die-cast car coming for winning the stage. He just has to get a hold of me and give me his information. And yeah, things went great there. Signature's also taking all of the money he makes off of merch this month to the end of the month and putting it toward it.
Very good.
And the final tally will be announced. Once he announces it, we will announce it and let everybody know how much our community as a whole raised. My old lady has been very supportive with us, and she.
Your what, Brad?
My old lady.
Your lovely wife.
My lovely fiance.
fiance, not your old lady, not your old lady, your lovely fiance.
I always call her.
Cannot call her old lady on the air, Brad. It's not very good. You can't do that. It's your lovely fiance.
My lovely fiance.
Yes.
She put a post out afterwards thanking everybody and for being supportive of me and
I didn't
Chase
see
and
that.
being.
Where was that?
It's over in Signatures.
Signatures. Okay,
Signatures Discord.
I missed
Wants
it.
to thank every single one of you and appreciate y'all and for having mine and my son's back and being a group of people I can lean on in tough times. And yeah, we do appreciate every little bit. The whole community has come together and it shows what we can do as a whole with these charity events. Talking about charity events, we got another charity event coming up, I believe, in September for Bollinger. It's a Battle for Reese, September 8th. The race is at
18th.
Texas. 18th, my bad. It's 167 laps, 2 stages, 1 fast spur, 4 sets of tires, 2 green, white checker finish. Give us a little more, Bollinger.
Yeah, on the stages, just to clarify, it's 2 stage breaks is what it is, and there will be a race winner. The race winner will be getting an awesome 3D printed trophy like this, like the one I have in my background. You just can't see it right now, but they are pretty cool. It's going to be a gold grit 3D printed trophy from Tech as a replica of Texas Motor Speedway. There will be prizes throughout the race as well, Dove. If you want to read those off for me, it is a $30 entry fee, and I will have a separate Discord for it, and it will be live on Signature Esports.
There's prizes for winning the stages, winning the race, winning the pole, and I believe hard charger.
Yes,
if
it
I'm
is.
not correct. So yeah, last final thoughts, anybody?
Oh, well, first, I'm glad that your charity race went very well, Brad. Unfortunately didn't get to race, but I was very happy to support and donate, and I will for the Battle for Reese as well if I don't get a chance to race. So all for good causes, and I'm glad you guys, do these things and put them on. Thanks to Signature for stepping up and helping with them every time. Thanks, Bollinger, and to the cat for showing up to the podcast this week. You've been a little bit missing on us, but thank you for showing up and leaving the bar early so you could come hang out with us and be part of this. Thanks, Brad, for putting it on every week, on everything that you do. Thanks to ChopShop for all their series, all their admins, race controllers. Speaking of race controllers, they are looking for a race controller / admin on Friday nights for the Cup Series. So if you're a fan of ChopShop and you're part of their Discord or part of their league and you don't race on Friday nights, but you'd like to be part of it and be an admin, give one of us a message or give Stryker a message that they're looking for one. It is a paid position, so you would get paid for your time, and it's something it's needed, and we really appreciate that position, and we would like to find somebody good for that Friday night series. Thanks to Signature for broadcasting all of our series except for the Thursday nights, and the ChopShop Media, John and Stryker, for the job that they do on Thursdays. Absolutely fantastic job that, for their, 5 races in, and they sound like seasoned pros already, so they're doing a great job. Bollinger is in there once in a while as well, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to watching them more and all the clips and stuff. And shout out to Stryker for editing our podcasts every time and taking out of all our mistakes and making it sound better and all those things. And that's about it for me. And I'm looking forward to a week of racing. I don't know if I'm going to get to race tomorrow because, like I told you today, Brad, I'm in a bit of a pickle of the digs that I'm doing this week in the middle of the road. So it could be a long day. So I might not make tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to make Thursday. Yeah, whether I've had to leave work early or not, Thursdays are a little bit more important right now with the points championship lead. I don't want to miss those, but looking forward to racing some more tracks and I guess a couple road courses this week, Thursday and Friday. So that'll be fun.
So don't forget the Wednesday series either, Jason.
Well, they haven't announced it yet. It's not up yet. It's not going.
Yeah, so. True, but we will be having another one though. That's all we know.
Bollinger, are you going to be in the booth on Thursday?
Yes, I will be.
Sweet. Everybody look forward to that. You got any final thoughts?
I don't, but you guys remember on Saturday how people were saying I was going to not even finish?
Yeah,
I ended up beating Dove.
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Good job. I'm proud of you.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Dove Farm LLC, Frago Paint, C2 Gaming, My Three Sons, Tracker Racer, Power Says, Speedy Trophy, Admin Box, Stay Tuned Sports, Premier Racing Stops, MC Graphics, Who's Your Tires, ChopShop Weekly, Chopping Up Media, The Dove Bomb, Inside the Rig, LTX, and that's all our sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring our show, message me, message Day, message Striker, get in the ChopShop Discord, get a hold of us. Make sure you click the like and follow button. I want to give a shout out to these two gentlemen, Day, Michael Bollinger. I appreciate y'all for being here every week. I want to give a shout out to our biggest fan, Linda Hackett. We love you and appreciate you. I also want
to all our other fans that watch it every week. We're consistent. I noticed that we're getting about between 50 and 60 views every week right now. We're really consistent on who's watching. So I'd like to get a few more out there. I'd like to see, a couple 100,000 here soon. But, if we could get to 100, I'd be really happy on one of these shows.
I also want to give a shout out to my wonderful fiance back here that puts up with my crap every night that we do this every Monday night. And every time I race, she's hiding back over there behind the couch. But I appreciate her. I appreciate Striker John. Y'all do a wonderful job running the league, allowing us to do this. We're going to try to get a couple of guests in from different leagues that we run with other people, Sim 500 guys, Signature Sports racers. We're going to try to get them on, talk to them a little bit. Try to expand our horizon, get more people through the show during our downtime in between for O'Reilly, and we're going to try to get more the Cup Series and 87 guys on for you guys to hear their backstories and stuff. You got any one-on-ones coming up, Day?
I don't. I'm still working at a few, trying to get a couple on. I think I'm probably going to get Tyler Lemon on, but I'm waiting till after the playoffs are done. Don't want to mess him up on that, and I think. As well as Kevin Winker, I think maybe even try to do a double show with the two of them would be kind of fun. Since they're best buds and teammates, I wouldn't mind doing maybe the two of them at the same time kind of thing and get them both on, show off their rigs, talk about racing and how they work as teammates. So it would be kind of a fun show to do. I've got a few others in the works, so I just got to get it going. We didn't get Bollinger's picks, so we let him do his picks for the week.
Yes, we do.
Go ahead, Bollinger.
For the trucks, I'm going to have to go with I'm not going to be there. I'm going to have to go with Nate because he's Nate or it's Dalton on this one.
Okay.
For O'Reilly, I'm going to have to go with RB. He's my pick to win it all this season.
You're even going to pick him after he said that you wouldn't finish Brad's race on Saturday. That's pretty good of you. That's really good. RB was the one that said you would not finish. So
I almost beat him too. And I did not have to use my fast repair either.
Okay, picks at 87 at Watkins Glen. What's your pick there?
I'm going to go with Jerry.
Jerry, okay. And Naval Base Coronado Cup Series Friday.
It's probably going to come down to if Nate's able to make it with his work schedule, I'm going to have to go with Nate because he's like the SVG of the road courses in this league.
He sure is.
He's like a Jimmy Johnson of our league.
Well, no, because Jimmy Johnson wasn't that good at road courses, so I don't know. Yeah, SVG is there. He's definitely an SVG of road courses, and he's the Jimmy Johnson of every other track. So
yeah.
And if viewers haven't noticed, what's missing on my face is the little facial hair I had the last few shows.
I still got it.
And I want to give a shout out to my dogs for behaving most of the podcast. Y'all have a great one. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you click that like button, follow button if you're not already, and help us grow as a whole. And we appreciate every single one of you.
Thanks, everyone.
Monday at the chop shop, hood up, eyes low, 2 cars in the bay, and the whole block knows. Rumors in the morning, they spread like fire. Who got the faster line? Who got the tighter tire? I seen you on the screen, clean hands, hard stare. Virtual track, but the pressure's still there. I racing nights, you ghosting through the bend. One bad break move and the whole thing in. Come on, keep it in line. Side to side, no room, no time. Hear that crowd talk, hear that hate. One small slip and you make it wreck. Chop shop weekly, we come back mean. Side to side, we live that speed. Chop shop weekly, bad blood loud. One more lap and the roof comes down. Chop shop weekly, we gon' blink, don't freeze. Chop weekly, run with the bees. Friday night, same names, new grudge, old talk, new scars, same cold judge. You wanna race clean, but the story gets bent. One click too close, now the whole thing went. Wheel to wheel and the mirrors all blur. He cut your lane like he wanted the bird. Engine screaming, head full of rage. Everybody got a clip for the feed. Next back in the replay spin. Metal and pride and a twisted grin. And the worst part, they still ask for more. Said run it back when they hit the floor. Come on, keep it in line. Side to side, no room, no time. Hear that crowd talk, hear that hate. One small slip and you make it wreck. Chop shop weekly, we come back me. Side to side, we live that speed. Chop shop weekly, bad bloodline. One more lap and the roof comes down. Chop, chop, we don't blink, don't freeze. Chop weekly, partying with the beast. Late lap, tense air, hands like steel. Everything fake till the tires feel real. Virtual smoke and a real life spite. Same old hunger every Friday night. They said slow down, I said watch me pass. Tail to nose and I'm built to last.